Sometimes we could all do with pressing the pause button. For me, that means getting outdoors and into the fresh air.
We're here to have fun and relax.
While catching up with pals.
Casey Ainsworth.
All the way from London town.
Nicola Adams.
This is where I grew up, in Yorkshire.
Jeanette Manrara.
And with family.
It's a really good way to bond, getting to know each other through drawing.
So join us
I love very good cat.
as we show how taking a break in nature
There's something about water, there's something about the coastline.
Are you feeling relaxed, Joe McKelvey?
Yeah, I think we've smashed it.
or trying something new
You have sailed before, Mark?
Many, many times.
Here's the next gust coming.
can be the perfect recipe
Oh, we've got sausage rolls.
Get it all on, and the kitchen sink.
My taste buds, they're doing high fives.
to nourish the mind
That's brilliant.
I can't believe I've stopped doing all this stuff. It's very therapeutic, don't you think?
body
Oh, I can feel things shaking that shouldn't be.
Fish on! Fish on. Fish on.
and soul.
You know what they say? It's not about the destination. It's the journey.
I've been looking forward to this weekend away for ages.
Because I shall be spending it with the man who, throughout my lifetime, has been my beacon of wisdom and kindness. He is my mentor, my guide, and above all, he's my best friend. It's me, Uncle Matheson.
And if you've watched Weekend Escapes before, you'll know when you invite Matheson for a couple of days away, you usually get 5 wingmen for the price of 1.
Hello, me man. How's yourself?
Man. You all right?
You doing well?
Champion yourself?
Good. How's the family?
Everybody's well?
You all right, Jim, Kip, Dan, Tag? What do you think?
Well, that's a different variety. I've never seen that.
Well, I thought I put the rhubarb in too early. I thought I put everything in too early. Because you know what they say? What did they say?
The sea never cast a cloud.
Till May is out. Right, you know what we're going to do this weekend, Matheson?
Oh, and what's the crack?
We're going to live life to the full while we still can. Because I don't know about you, I'm not getting any younger.
Howie.
Me and Matheson have been going on adventures together since I was a kid, and they've always been an education. So this weekend, I want to take him back to a location we both love, so we can relive some of the memories we made years ago.
Right, you ready for this?
I am.
Are you ready for this weekend away?
I really am.
Let's go.
We're driving north to the Scottish borders to enjoy a bit of fishing at a secluded spot called Coldingham Loch.
But do you still feel young inside?
Oh, in between my ears, I'm about 12.
Same here.
But that's this afternoon's treat, because first, I booked us in for a lesson to learn a time-honoured rustic craft.
As we've got older, we've realised that slowing down a bit's a really good thing to do
Good thing,
because
yeah.
you get a chance to look at the countryside.
I know.
It's only later in life I've gone, hey, there's a lot of hedges, isn't there?
The sad thing is, the small little fields, the little enclosures, couldn't cope with the big combines and big ploughs and things like that. And there was a lot of hedges grubbed up. A lot of them. But now they realise that you really need these places.
Well, before we go fishing, you and I shall be laying hedges this morning.
I find that fascinating.
Have you ever laid a hedge?
No, never
Or
has.
is it just the way you walk? Took me ages to think of that,
cream,
Jag.
I've got cream for it.
Our apprenticeship in this historic practice starts just a few miles west of the market town of Morpeth.
Well, I don't know about you, but I've never been to Winnie Hill.
It's a new one on me.
And it's here we'll be meeting award-winning hedge layer David, who's been using his skills to manage hedges for over 30 years.
See, I haven't got my glasses on. Is that hazel? Is that beech? Or is that hawthorn?
No, that's just hawthorn there.
Here's our man. David Boyson, how are you, lad?
Well, Rob, pleased to meet you.
This is my Uncle Matheson.
Nice to meet you, David.
Who, like yourself, knows lots about hedges.
Every road has got a hedge around it.
The part of our landscape, the part of our heritage.
Absolutely.
They need to be looked after. Since the Second World War, we've lost half of our hedges that we had then.
Absolutely.
They were a lot grubbed out in the 50s, 60s, 70s. But now the pendulum's swinging the other way. And as you travel around the countryside, you'll see new hedges going in. And old hedge lines being restored as well, which is great.
You've got a couple of hours with us two to turn us into half-decent hedge layers.
Do my best.
Mind you, if we were to form a band, I think that's what we should be called. Half-decent hedge layers. I think the album would be called Privet. Think you can do it?
Well, we'll give it a go.
All right. Lead the way.
OK.
Thankfully, we're timing our session outside of nesting season, and David is taking us to a boundary he often uses for teaching.
So we've got this hedge that we've walked along that's been planted as a field boundary.
Right.
And this piece has been laid.
So what is the difference between a hedge that's been planted and a hedge that's been laid? Because they look like they've been blown over or cut down.
Well, the hedge laying isn't hedge planting, which a lot of people think it is. It's cutting the stems close to ground level and then bending them over. And these laid stems that we call the pleachers will continue to grow. We don't want the density of the hedge in the top half, we want it low down. So we get a nice thick hedge like this, far better for wildlife, shelter for stock. There'll probably be lambs in here next year, and a far thicker hedge for little birds to get in and nest in.
As well as birds, hedges are now recognised as a priority habitat for wildlife like hedgehogs, dormice and insects.
Right. Don't know about you, I'm ready to lay a hedge, are you?
I'll give it a go.
As a nature lover, I know Matheson will delight in learning something he can take back to his own garden.
Here's our hedge we'll be working on. It's a nice light hazel hedge, predominantly. It's quite late in the hedge laying season, but we're fine. We can see there's no birds nesting in this or even thinking of it. So we're good to go. A little bit of pressure on there.
All right, and it's very
Just
little.
Very little. And just keep thinning it like that. And then we'll weave that bit in. And then we need to trim those bits off.
Here, dog. All right.
These little ones
gotcha.
we'll get rid of. So that's all there is to it. You want to have a go?
Right, I'll have a go.
With his years of experience, David's made this look easy. But we need to be really careful using tools as sharp as this.
Keep the bill hook in and then use it as a lever.
Got you.
To prise it over.
Oh, yeah.
Then just keep shaving that little strip that's left a bit thinner. And we really
Yeah,
want
frightened in case you take too much. All right. And I'll weave this bit in.
That's it. We want it to bend over as low down as we can. That's better.
And this next one, this one next to it?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
OK, yeah. We'll make a hedge layer of him, yeah?
Yeah. Right?
There you go. Got
Okay.
all right.
My turn.
Not bad for an amateur.
An actor with a bill hook. What could possibly go wrong?
Start at the front. So, a few little ones there for you to practice on, Robson.
A little one. Oh, I
Yeah,
can't.
there
I'll
you
check
go.
through that one. Look at that.
Look at that, Matheson.
There you
Look
go.
what
Brilliant.
I've done.
Look at that.
One stroke.
There's something incredibly satisfying about this process, isn't there?
There is. Therapeutic. It's good for mindfulness. And you work in some fantastic, beautiful areas of the countryside. If you don't mind being on your own, although you can work with a mate if you want to.
Bring your dog with you.
Bring the dog, yeah.
Just hit about there, David.
About there.
Right. I don't know about ye, but I think I found me vocation in hedge laying. I think that's pretty good.
Not bad for a beginner.
David, been an absolute pleasure. Pleasure to meet
Well
you.
done.
I've thoroughly
It's good.
enjoyed every minute.
Yeah.
Well, you know the first hedge you're going to do? Mine.
You don't know
you.
how much I charge? I'm quite expensive.
I'm your nephew.
Not only do customs like this help out the natural world, They're good for mind, body and soul too.
How much did you enjoy that hedge laying?
Once you start chipping away, you could just lose yourself.
I know. I mean, we were all right at it, not bad for beginners.
Yeah.
But now we're off to do something that we're
Yeah.
really decent at.
After, yes.
We're gun fishing.
I caught my first fish when I was 7, thanks to Matheson's tuition. And we've been coming to Coldingham Loch, one of Scotland's oldest trout fisheries, for decades.
That's what I love about this place. You've got Coldingham Loch there, and just to your right, over the ridge, you've got the North Sea.
Yeah.
And on a day like today, it's a bonny picture, isn't it?
This remote 60-acre estate is home to 6 holiday lets, including the jewel in its crown, Lochside Cottage, where we will be staying tonight.
All the worries in the world just fly off into the countryside.
But if hooking a trout's not your thing, the freshwater loch also supports a wide range of plant, insect and bird life to look at. And it's all owned by old friends of ours, Gareth and Carmel.
Good to see you.
You too?
At
last.
Hello. Welcome.
You all right? Yeah, champion.
It looks pretty good out there.
It's tremendous. You couldn't have picked a better day.
So for you guys, what's the best part of running Coldingham Loch?
I think for me it's probably the people that we've met and continue to meet, the people that come back, especially staying in the cottages every year. Some people that holiday guests have come as children themselves with their parents, because this has been operating as a holiday cottage and fishing loch for a long, long time. So that's nice. You know, they're kind of bringing their own memories with them.
And, you know, I know for a fact there's no Wi-Fi in there. Is that deliberate?
Yep.
Yeah.
No Wi-Fi, no television, no live TV.
Because I'm thinking, how do teenagers react to that? Because obviously they'll be coming as families.
Yeah.
So there was a family turned up one day. We met them over the other side of the loch, 2 kids in the back, both on their phones or whatever. And by the end of the week, the parents had said, "We've got our kids back." We were having conversations, we were playing Ludo, we were playing Snakes and Ladders, and it just took us back to our childhood. It's just fantastic.
Right, local knowledge is everything. Where are we going to fish and are we going to catch? Answer the last one first and say yes.
Fishing being fishing, there's never a guarantee. You know that better than anybody. However, your chances of catching today are extremely high. The loch is absolutely full
No
of fish.
excuses, boys.
With the collies being looked after by Gareth and Carmel, it's just Matheson and me and a loch full of fish for the whole afternoon.
Oh, are you kidding me? First cast, Matheson! First cast! Shut up, man. I was taught by the best. That has never, ever happened. First cast, I'm in. Do you know what? I think I'm a genius. God, it's a good fish. Robson. What? Robson. You're never in. Double hookup is a first. Double hookup. Matheson's in. Oh, it's a brownie. Nice brownie. Ah, it's gone. How's that? High five to you,
Absolutely
me man.
brilliant.
High five to you.
Let them swim out. If you can get away without touching them, it's better.
There you go. Right. Let's try again. Can you ever imagine a life without fishing in it, Matheson?
No.
Was your dad always like that in the outdoors?
Well, I always used to think it was the miners. The miners were big with allotments and pigeons and whippets, and I wonder if it was just because they spent most of their life underground in the dark.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I was able to fish with you. Dad did a lot of back shift. And he said, get yourself out and go fishing with your Uncle Matheson. I remember I was 7 and we went to Bowlam Lakes. But I remember the morning when we saw all the wildlife and the barn owl and the deer. And we saw an otter. And it was just amazing. And it was a day I didn't want to end.
And like you keep saying, fish tend to live in pretty places.
Hey, I'm in. Right, keep it tight. Oh. Right, I kept up with that one. I kept tight with the fish, Matheson. Are you proud of me?
Well done, that man.
Yes! I love fishing! let's have a look at this. Rainbow or a brownie?
Brownie. Ooh, it's a nice one. No, it's not a rainbow.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a rainbow, yeah.
Yeah.
What a beauty. That's a bonny fish.
How quickly your fortunes can change when you're fishing. And so too, the weather conditions.
Whoa, look at this mist rolling in.
I know.
That's a fret and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seen this sea mist? Is this what you call a har?
That's definitely what it is. It's a har.
It's a har. This is still all right to fish in, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can hardly see our digs. In fact, I can hardly see ye.
In fact, it proves to be more than all right.
Hey, he got it again, you know. He took it again. Oh, this is a stunner.
That's a beast.
Oh. Biggest one of the day?
Yeah.
I'm pleased with that.
Just a bit.
After a restful night in Lochside Cottage, we're feeling bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready for the rest of our escape.
I don't know about you, I slept well. I'd never felt the pillow at all. I was out, really out.
And talking of bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I can't wait for Matheson to see what I've got lined up for today.
I thought we'd spend some time with some wonderful four-legged friends.
All right.
Because very few people know this about you. You were a great jockey. You were the Lester Piggott, the Ruby Walsh, the Tony McCoy of Dudley Pit Village.
That's just because I had nobody to compete against. There was nobody else there that rode.
Well, you've always lived and breathed horses, so I thought it would be a good idea to treat you to a bit of equine therapy.
Okay.
And I don't know about you, but it's been a long time since I've sat in a saddle.
Well, it's even longer for me. It'll be 25 years since I've been on one, and I'm a lot older and a lot stiffer.
Our destination is an off-grid equine therapy and wellness centre that also offers customised riding tuition. So it should be the perfect place for us both to get back in the saddle.
How are you, Danielle? Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Not a bad spot to have some stables, is it?
Today we're meeting Danny, who founded the centre, and one of her teammates, Nina.
You all right?
Can I ask, how long have you had Eat, Sleep, Ride?
So we started in 2017, and we set up originally to provide riding tuition to disadvantaged families. Then we realised what we were doing was so much more. So we started doing employability programmes, volunteering, and then moved on to therapy programmes.
And who we got here?
This is Pegasus,
Pegasus.
and this is Strawberry.
Strawberry. So who will Matheson and me be riding today?
So Matheson is going to be riding my horse, Ace. You're going to be riding Mr. Figaro, who's the...
Mr. Figaro.
Mr. Figaro.
I love it.
He's the heartthrobs.
Shall we go and meet my heartthrob? I love it.
If all goes well with our lessons, I'm hoping a hack on the beach will be on the cards for us later on.
So for you two, I have to ask, what is so special about these creatures?
Well, for me, they're very kind and very, very giving, and they ask so little back.
For me, like school was a difficult time. As in homeless hostels by the age of 16. It was the only thing that got me up out of bed every morning. And I think that whole being near an animal that just wants love, that gave me something that I just didn't feel was there in my life.
Well, I'm just looking round at these fine steeds and wondering which one's Figaro. I'm really hoping that's Figaro, because I'm loving the saddle. Looks indeed comfy, that.
We're giving you something that's going to protect all parts of you. So one thing we could do, just so you're meeting them, is we can share breath.
And breathe into each other's noses when
Perfect.
horses meet each other.
When they greet. Just bring your nose.
Yeah?
I'll hold him. Oh, that's amazing. Can you feel that?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
That's the moment.
Look at that. Hello.
After hurting my back fishing a few years ago, I've rarely ridden.
Just feel your feet first. That's it. And then we're just going to do some stretches, and then we're going to move off. So lift up your right hand.
And as I'm wary of horses in general, I am feeling a bit nervous about all of this.
Do I just give him a little
And we're going to
nudge?
give him a little squeeze. And we're just going to go around this arena.
Hey, Matheson, it must be in the genes. Look at this.
I wear different jeans to you.
Do I need to go a bit faster?
How do you feel?
It's a long time since I've trotted with a horse, but I'll give it a go.
Okay, so you give him a little squeeze.
Come on.
Keep going.
Great.
There you go.
Great.
Sitting up tall.
Well
Just
done,
bring your
Jake.
shoulders back.
This gentle approach to riding is definitely making me feel more confident. But will it do the same for the main man?
I'll watch the two expert. Feel that in the morning. Such a childhood memory. He hasn't, I mean, he hasn't been back on a horse for about 25, 30 years, Matheson.
You all right?
Yeah.
Very good.
It is. It's just because they're so powerful.
You're looking cracking.
Doesn't take long.
After our refresher course in the arena, it's now time to take the horses into the great outdoors.
So, be honest, how did that feel, being back in the saddle? Peculiar.
Oh, your
Back on
head
the
still
horse.
remembers, but I was worried about whether my body remembers.
But you look really happy riding around the
I was-
paddock.
yeah,
Actually, you look incredibly relaxed.
We're going back up north to Coldingham Bay, home to a sheltered sandy beach that stretches for half a mile or so on Berwickshire's rocky coast.
So, Danielle, I guess you're spoilt for choice when it comes to beaches and coastline to walk and trot the horses.
This is a great beach early in the morning for sort of more novice riders. If someone wants to just be introduced to the beach, you know, gently.
Coldingham Bay really is a hidden gem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Matheson,
Robson,
obviously, you were a point-to-point jockey. I've never actually asked you, what does point-to-point mean?
well, literally, that's how steeplechase started, from point to point.
Every day is a school day with Matheson.
Little bit of a trot.
Ooh.
You all right?
Yeah.
Ooh, now you're going faster than me. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I am,
though.
I'm loving it, but I'm loving it because I've got your support, and that really helps. And I guess that really helps a lot of your clients, eh?
Yeah.
This is a fantastic way to blow off the cobwebs. And I'm so impressed with how my uncle has picked up the reins again.
Go on, Matheson. It's the perfect day, isn't it? The sun is shining. Look where we are, next to this beautiful beach, and watching my uncle do his thing.
He does look fantastic on that horse, doesn't he?
He does, doesn't he?
So if I was to ask you one word now, I always say this to my clients or when they come. What word do you want to leave with today?
But I use it very, very sparingly, the word. And it's awesome. Today was truly awesome.
My word is grateful. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to show what we do.
Learning about Danny and her team's work has made for an unforgettable morning.
We're packing a lot in onward. But listen, when you're enjoying yourself, doesn't time fly by?
Exactly.
We're on our way back to the loch to collect the dogs. And I've got a plan for how we can enjoy this picturesque location just one more time.
Isn't this one of the bonniest spots in Britain?
Peaceful.
That's why I love coming here. For the peace and the quiet.
You just take it all in.
It's like a painting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And funny, I should say painting, because this weekend away is all about creating memories. And I thought it would be a good idea, because you're a fantastic artist, that you help me create a memory on canvas.
I will do. I'll give you a hand with that. That's no problem.
Oh, thank you. And remember, like anything in life, when you're with me, I'm a beginner, so be gentle.
Matheson has been painting for most of his life, and his usual subjects are dogs and horses. But he's also a dab hand at painting landscapes in oils.
So before you start painting, do you just take the whole kind of thing that you're
You've
about
got
to
a
paint,
rough
do you
idea.
take it in?
So a lot of it's about composition. You want focal point. So there's hills here, hills there. It's drawn you into the middle. We've got Lockside Cottage, and that's your focal point. It's really set up to paint.
Should I start with the sky?
Yeah. You want one of these big brushes?
Oh, I don't know about you, but my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I can see.
Right, we'll want some liquid on first. This stuff makes the oil paint spread easier on your canvas. So I'm going to give you a lump of this. It's amazing the colours that you will use on this.
So burnt sienna. What's that one?
Van Dyke brown.
Red, blue, white, and jelly.
So you just get a tiny bit of white.
Tiny bit?
Yeah, just about that much.
Uh-huh.
And a little bit of liquid. Blue, just a tiny bit. You can always put more in and just gently spread it across. It doesn't matter what it looks like, just get it on the canvas.
Is this for the sky?
Yeah, you want a big brush.
Don't know about you, but I'm pleased with that already.
Right, what we'll do next is... This sounds weird. Get a bit burnt sienna and just really mix it in with a tiny bit of that blue. It looks horrific. And just splash it on.
Really?
Yeah.
Your sky looks amazing. Mine looks disturbed.
I'll tell you what we're going to do there. This is the greatest invention ever.
Look at that.
Easy as this. You go.
The difference that's making already.
Try and do it slightly more randomly. You're far too organised. Which I'm surprised I said that.
I've got to be, man.
Right, so you've done that, but you use that bit of your brush and it just bleeds it in.
Okay. Gotcha. That's better.
I bet your emulsioning's great.
Right, time to get the water into this picture. And when I'm looking at that water, I'm seeing grey, or is it these glasses?
Well, it's going to be half a reflection of what the sky is.
Grey and blue. Right. This is all about creating memories. I'm now going to add where we spent our evening together in beautiful Lochside Cottage.
It's amazing how you just lose yourself in it.
I guess that's why so many people do it, to relax.
Dogs think this is right boring.
Matheson, that is beautiful. That is fantastic.
I think for somebody that's just picked an oil painting up and outside, that's impressive.
Yeah. When you stand at a really, really long distance away, it's not bad, actually. That's gone on the wall, I tell you.
It's true what they say. You get out of town and your comfort zone with your best pal for a couple of days, and it feels like you've been away for a fortnight. It's been another amazing weekend escape.